Right now we're at a time where we get to fight to make change, and we have to do that, but we also got to take care of the people that we know and love individually in all of these spaces. So I say that to say, for the most part, I'm staying present here in Egypt, in my brain anyway. You know what I'm saying? Present to the things that my ancestors have built. And this is what I'm fighting for, to have more of us have more opportunities to realize to realize what our forefathers in places like Egypt built. They built some of the most amazing, not just structures, but really institutions in the history of the world. 2/3 of the ancient historic artifacts that have been found around the world have been found in Egypt. 1/3 have been found in the city of Luxor. Those things were created by people that look like us, and we get to celebrate that. So when I talk about just staying here, I'm staying here understanding what I'm here for. I'm here to create radical change in my community service so that we can bring back the prosperity to Black folks that looks like the pyramids.
Absolutely. So it sounds like your self-care is really just referring back to who your ancestors were in kind of this prehistoric time, and really allowing that to keep you level-headed, keep you grounded, and remembering who you are. And that's a part of your self-care.
Yeah, and all the people in between, right? My great grandmother, I wear this chain. I went to Morehouse. This is like my class ring. I don't know if you can see it, but on the back of it, it has a thing. She said, "Can't, never, could, do nothing." So on the back of this pendant, I have can't, never, could. So every day I am reminded that anytime I say I can't do something, I'm right. Anytime I say I can, and I will. And so for me, it's about being present there. But you ask about self-care, so I also get sleep, right? Like there aren't many days where I get less than 6 hours of sleep, right? Like I like to get 7 hours of sleep for my life, and I work a lot otherwise. So I'm up at 5:30 in most mornings, and the emails I start checking off the emails. There are oftentimes days where my first meetings start at 6 or 6:30 in the morning, and I'm normally going until about 8 or 9 at night. But in those other times, like I take very specific time, like I'm asleep and I'm unplugged, and my mind is not wandering on work. I'm just boom. And I plan time to spend time with my wife. If I'm going to work and my sister, who's a single mom, needs help, well, I'll bring her 3 kids to our office. And if they have homework, like I'll be the homework parent that day. Like there are things like that I get to do because of the flexibility that allows from being an entrepreneur. But at the same time, I'm committed to doing the things I got to do, and I integrate those other self-care aspects into my day.
Absolutely. So when circumstances get confusing, what keeps you grounded? Do you have a North Star?
Yeah, like I said, I am, well, I didn't say it quite like this, but I am the radical expression of community through service. And in my service, that is who I am in my person. And so when I'm off kilter, I get to reset there and talk to Jesus about how to get there in a very real way. Sometimes I get to fight with Jesus about how to get there. It's like, I don't want to get back, but I got to do it. I got to do it in a real way.
That's great. So here at Selfie, we're all about self-empowerment. And so how would you say you empower yourself? Are there any tools or resources, podcasts, or self-talk that you do or that you listen to?
Yeah. I have a 5-minute journal, and, I have a group of friends who are amazing. I don't have to do any self-care because my friends care so much for this self over here. And it is really awesome and amazing and beautiful. We were at my friend Cam's house for New Year's Eve this year, and it's a New Year's Eve tradition in our friends group now, where we go to Cam's house and we have a vision board party for New Year's Eve. And as a part of that, he gave everybody who was in attendance a 5-minute journal, and it was awesome because it allows you to take it out when you start the day and write your I am statement for the day. Right? As a God-fearing person, when God introduced himself the English translation is he introduced himself as I am. Period. Right? And so he also says in Genesis that we are created in the image of God, and in Exodus that we are created in the image of God. And being created in the image of God means that we are created in the image of the I am. And so I have the 5-minute journal where in the morning I get to create the God in me every day. And it's awesome and amazing. I get to create also the top 3 things that I will accomplish, people who I will be leaning on to achieve my goals for the day. In the night, I get time for reflection, safety reform. And so all of us are sharpening each other, because we'll call each other out if somebody has a BS idea, right? Like, those things are not acceptable in our friends group. We will be roasting you in the friends group if you have BS ideas. But it's awesome because it's all in love and it's all in jest. And then we get to do that there. We also have an empowerment group. My guy, Walter Whitehead, he's one of the most amazing human beings I've ever met in my life. But he introduced us to this thing: exercise, meditate, pray, write, and read. Every day, empowered. Every day is empowered. And so right now, we have an Empower group chat that is very different from our Black Men's Collective group chat, different from the other group chats that we have going along with different groups. And so we check in every day with our workouts. We check in every day with our meditations. We check in every day with our prayer and prayer requests, right? And so we're having those conversations every day. And it really helps us to just be clear community. And on top of that, like, my wife is amazing. One of the most amazing humans I've ever met. And so, like, she is an entrepreneur herself, and it is really her gift in life to enable people to see their best self. And I get to live with her every day. And that is just, that's awesome. And then, of course, I work in my family business, so it's dope. My sister's my boss, my dad is her boss, and so, you know, we get to be family and business partners all at the same time, and we like each other still. So all of that for me is a win. So I get to stay grounded in that. You know, when my role as the little brother comes out, my sister gets to check me, right? But when my role as the CFO comes out, I get to give recommendations, right? I get to make decisions, and we get to move business and things forward. It really is an awesome and amazing experience, and it keeps me grounded. It keeps me really with putting one foot in front of the other, just keeping my focus right.
Absolutely. And thank you so much, because I also think that community is important when it comes to empowering yourself. If you are not connected to a community, then do you really know yourself? So that is a piece that I think that the Selfie community can really take with us as we are on our own journeys to empowering ourselves and empowering our communities and the people that we're around. How can we follow you, stay connected to you and CEEM and on social media?
Yeah, so thank you so much for that too, Kanshara. So the first thing I'll say is, one, join CEEM, #join CEEM. We're at CEEM.coop. That is CEEM.coop. And for the most part throughout social, we're at CEEM Co-op. So at CEEM COOP. For me, you can find me for the most part at KWE2B. And so I believe that's Instagram and Twitter. And so that's me, Kyle Webb. Check out CEEM. We're really excited about what we get to do, but we can't do it without members. That's one of the reasons that we set it up as a co-op. We set it up because we didn't want to create something that was going to enrich us. If this is going to work, it has to be adopted by the community, and the community has to make it work.
Well, there you have it, Selfie community. That is Kyle Webb, CFO of Webb Family Enterprises and the CEO of CEEM, Cooperative Economic Empowerment and Movement. This is Selfie Kuwawezesha. I haven't forgotten Kuwawezesha, which is Swahili for empower. And thank you so much for joining. Until next time. Bye.
Moya Tuntashinda. Thank you so much, Kanshara.